Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 in this best of 3. We are at the round of 8 for the OlimoLeague. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map, it's going to be Axiom's red Zerg player. He's up 1 at the moment. It's Impact.
In the upper right, as the yellow Zerg, it's Mamuri.
Alright, so it kind of a bad joke, but someone in chat said standard laddered game during that last one, and I can kind of feel that. You do get cheese from time to time, and sadly sometimes it is blindly done and you just don't see it coming. But Impact says, hey, if it worked once, don't break it if it's not, or don't fix it if it's not broken, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Not the same cheese, but still cheese nonetheless.
Yes, that was a 9 pool. Interesting choice. But this is... Is it going to be heard up with gas, I guess, is the question. So far, not. So it's kind of... oh, no, there it is. Unless that's over.
Wow. So just unrelated to this, what the hell, Amazon? I finally got my notification saying that my new microphone's been shipped.
Nice.
And I paid for like 5-day delivery, like I paid extra, and it says your estimated delivery time is March 4th. What the fuck? No.
Yeah, you know, that has really been, like, Amazon's actually pretty good for me. I got free 2-day shipping because I'm a student.
Wow.
But anyways,
Wow.
it totally was, okay? Anyways, but like Newegg has really been screwing up. Pay extra for like 2-3 day shipping. It's like, we'll get it there whenever.
Just throw it in the mailbox. Hey, big shout out to Irenicus, by the way. Double I's in that name, so sorry if it's like Irenicus or something funny, but thanks for subbing the channel, man.
Yeah. Alright, so 9 pool Baneling. Close enough. There he was seen, so he cancels his own gas, sends the money. Did he go for a hatch first again? Yes.
This pool's so far from finishing. I mean, immediately, he made the right moves last time. You'll get the spine crawlers down, trying to get a queen out, and all these other things, but the biggest problem was like by pulling his drones away like that, he threw away so much of what his potential income could have been. Stacking is a really crappy alternative, I know, but man, just like giving away like 9 workers like that really, I think, killed him more than anything else. But trying to micro even workers with lings, that's not going to cut it. He does buy himself some time, though.
See, this... Now, it's still too many lings to try and take on those banelings. I'm surprised he's making anything from the natural hatchery. Maybe hoping, like, there's a chance that Impact will solely dedicate to the main, and as such, you can get kind of a surprise queen, I guess you could call it. Oh, good.
Yeah, that's what I like about Impact. He uses his banelings correctly. It's weird to really say it like that, but you know, zones out his opponent's army, scatters the drones. I mean, they're freaking out right now. They don't know where to go, and I don't think Impact has any intention of detonating on them, unless they were to clump up stupidly. He's waiting for those lings to spawn. He knows that's what's in the eggs.
Oh boy!
Oh, run!
Run!
Oh, that would have been a good bait hit. Trying to waddle past this. He's still gonna kill the queen regardless, and takes out those lings. So this is not getting any better for Mamuri, but he is keeping a large amount of the drones alive. That'll be it for now.
I actually think he's doing a much better job
Yes.
than last time, and actually a pretty decent job overall. He's still up by 5 drones. Impact doesn't really have any more gas left. It did go into speed, so there's not going to be any more banelings. And for now, Mamuri is held. It's too bad he lost both queens. Like, I think one queen definitely dies almost always, but maybe if a more perfect hold happened, you could have saved the second one.
But this is where we have to really watch Mamuri closely, because there's a lot of times Zerg players will find themselves like this, where he is technically ahead, as far as income's concerned at least. But then you start over-investing. You throw down 3 spines, you make 5 queens, you've wasted all those minerals, and Impact actually ends up ahead because you've overreacted. And looks like a couple more banelings might just be the key to this. The spine car is finishing up. He might be able to help deal with this.
Yeah, I think he'll still be okay. You know, he has a lot more lings on the way. I think the bigger problem is not like over-dedicating, because Impact is still all-inning, and he knows that. He has an overlord over the hatchery. It's not having his own speed or his own banelings.
He tries to snipe it off. The baneling actually was off on nothing, really, so that actually ended up being pretty good for Mamuri. Had that gone off on those lings, that would have been devastating, but Metabolic Boost is so close to finishing.
Impact is going to run circles around Mamuri, but it doesn't matter quite yet. Like, Impact not exactly flooding with 20 lings right now.
Yeah, and there's that revelation of it too. But I guess like even if it's just like chipping on the spawning pool and running around for a few seconds, rinse, repeat.
The spine crawler protecting the natural, I mean, it's just...
Yeah, Impact didn't have any injects going on too. Never made that queen, so really not a lot coming out behind this for a lot of different reasons. But this is looking like it might be Mamuri's game if you just hold and not take a bad Baneling Connect. If he doesn't clump up and do something silly, this could go. Ooh, it's an awkward
Poorly. It's gonna go very poorly.
I still don't think it's at a part that still more spine cars on the way, more queens on the way. Like Mamuri's investing in a lot of defense that might not actually get used for the rest of the game. So, for Impact's sake, he might find room to drone. I mean, he has started to drone just a little bit while this goes on, but he's still down a whole hatchery, and that's gonna be hard to make up.
Yeah, he's gotta find a whole hatchery in there.
But see, that's the 2 spine crawlers, right? That's the extra hatchery money. That's 2 queens. It's another hatchery essentially right there. A 3rd spine crawler on the way. There is a lot of money that has been invested in this defense that, again, might just be an overreaction. Might be a little too much.
It's always possible. ZVZ is pretty funky. You can hold off what you think is an all-in, and they droned up 20 drones behind, and you're like, what the? So it's possible. I just don't know if it's actually reached that point quite yet. I mean, 3 spine crawlers. Yeah, the 3rd one's unnecessary. I think 2 is perfectly okay, but even with 3. Now his queen's getting up here. He's gonna have faster, double injects. I'm still feeling pretty good for Mamuri. I'm kind of surprised he didn't take 2 gases. Now he does. There's one up in the main.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our yellow Zerg player definitely feels like he's in a much more comfortable spot. But at the same time, Impact is pretty good. It's not. If this was a lot of other Zerg players, I'd say there's no chance. And this game's already well over. But I've got a lot of faith in Impact just because we've seen a lot of his ZBZs. I mean, he's caught up in drones. His hatchery's about to finish up, and he hasn't quote-unquote wasted the minerals that Mamuri has. So I think yes, Mamuri is ahead in a lot of different ways, but I wouldn't count Impact out just yet.
We'll see what goes down. Mamuri does invest into speed. I like that. One of the things that Impact could do is potentially just deny the 3rd over and over again if Mamuri's planning on playing in even a more of a macro game. And with 3 spine crawlers, that might be what you're expecting, because someone's got to feel pretty safe against early attacks with 3 spine crawlers. But Mamuri throws in a Roach Warren, and no layer yet. It's hard to call timings because of the beginning of the game, right? But is he going to throw on a lair, or is he going to go for an all-in? If it's an all-in, I expect a Baneling Nest as well. And there it is.
Sorry for the sloppy camera work over the last 36 days. Sorry, I was just confirming with our admin what we're going to cast next. We're trying to figure out what we're casting next, rather. But, yeah, so Impact's... I'm sorry, I don't know if you just covered this or not, but do you think it's going to be Mutas? I mean, that's a lot of gases.
Oh, I didn't. No, I think it is going to be Mutas for Impact. But I was more concerned about Mamuri's all-in.
Yeah, this is that awkward thing where Impact would love to have 5 spines down at the front while he transitions into this. And this is not the regular timing for this, where your mutas are barely on the way as the roaches come. They're not even going to be close. So he has to see this coming already. In fact, it might just be too late.
Yeah. Overlord just a little bit farther behind than maybe necessary. Does see it now. See, and he only sees the roaches. Right now it's okay, the typical roach push, and then it's oh, the lings too.
The
oh,
lings,
and more
yeah.
roaches. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this all-in's going to work out pretty well. Had faith in Impact, past tense.
Yeah, I would have had faith too if it did go into a complete macro game. But the all-in, I definitely like this choice from Mamuri.
Yes, it's a hard choice to make though, because you don't really, a lot of what was going on. Let's not forget he didn't have vision of Impact's base. He couldn't really tell where he was, assess whether he was ahead or behind. So this was it was a rough choice to make, but it was a good one. As we can see, it's going to win this game. Spineclores might not even get to finish, and even if they do, here's the Banelings to take them out right away for the roaches. Oh, good game is called, and Mamuri, well, he'll have the series 1-1.